had your season cut short by the 8th cylinder. How satisfying did it feel to get out there today and score 5 touchdowns to get the season off on the right foot?
It was good. It was a good feeling, for me personally, and knowing that I did everything I could to help the team. After last year's injury, it was a tough rehab coming back, and I think the most important thing that I took out of this game was really just having full confidence in the knee. So it was a good feeling.
Did you feel there was anything you could have done better, something to improve on? Looking forward to Villanova and the rest of the season ahead?
Yeah, I had a couple missed blitz checks. So I missed a couple of those, and then obviously, the biggest one was, that overthrown ball to Wetzel in the end zone. So if we're going to beat Villanova next week, we need to be perfect, and I can't miss those things.
John,
Coach.
Hey.
Coach, how does it feel to get the season off started with a win? Second year in a row, you guys came out, lit it up on the scoreboard. How does it feel to use this as a springboard?
It feels great, to come out and beat a team of Rhode Island's caliber, and I know it's not indicative of last year's record, but they're a much improved football team, and they play in called the SEC of FCS football. I mean, that top to bottom, there's not it's one of the best conferences, and particularly as we discussed earlier in the week with what we have on the horizon with Villanova and Temple coming up, it was imperative that we come out and execute on both sides of the ball on special teams. And for a large part of the game, we did it, but there was still certainly enough that was going to warrant our attention and needs to get cleaned up moving forward, particularly if we're going to beat a team of Villanova's caliber.
Second half looked like Rhode Island was starting to wear you guys down with the rushing attack. Were you worried that was going to be a point of weakness? Is that something you guys think you can tighten up in the coming weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't put any more guys in the box. I mean, we were committing people to stop the run, and a lot of that is a result of the tempo with which we play offensively. We get a lot of plays run, and we score quickly, and that puts the defense back out on the field. And I'm not sure what the number of snaps were, but generally speaking, they're going to play a lot of snaps. And it's a byproduct kind of what we do offensively. But that's we've got to be able to stop the run better than we did today. But we had some guys out. Our captain, senior, was knocked out of the game on the opening kickoff, and we had a young guy come in and replace him and do a great job. So. Just like offense and special teams, there'll be plenty to improve on.
Any update on status?
No, he's day-to-day. We'll find out tomorrow once they get the treatment.
A lot of penalties. You think there were some nerves for the first game of the season?
There's the type of penalties that are mental errors and you can control. And the thing that it starts, we don't want sloppy penalties. We don't want things like the offsides and those things like that are in your control, and then you have the ones with the holds and the other things like that, and I think there were a number of those, but no penalties are good, but that's certainly an area that we were deficient in last year, and we're going to have to look to clean up. But the big thing is turnover margin. The penalties we're going to look to clean up, and to a certain extent, you're never going to eliminate them. You just want to minimize them. But the big thing to me is turnovers. I'm not sure. I don't think we had one. Did we have one today? No. So we won a turnover battle, win the explosions. I was proud of our guys for that.
Sam had 2 touchdown catches. Looked like you were in a favorable matchup all night. How did you feel about the performance you had tonight, going up there with 2 touchdowns?
I mean, we practiced it all week. The coaches call the plays to put us in the right position. So it's just making the plays. That means nothing really special about it.
Sam's very much improved. He had a tremendous, we switched in positions from slot receiver H, where he backed up Brian last year, to X, and that position's a focal point in our offense. And I, really challenged him at fall camp to, he's extremely talented young man and has got good physical tools, but challenged him to embrace the mental aspect of playing the position and the fundamentals and techniques. And I think that's something for the most part he really embraced. And I think his performance was indicative of improvement in both of those areas. So he did a good job on that. Still plenty of room to improve it.
Anything else?
All right, fellas. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys.